In the dense wilderness of the Great Smoky Mountains, the disappearance of 6-year-old Dennis Martin remains one of the most perplexing cases in search and rescue history. In June 1969, during a Father's Day camping trip, young Dennis vanished without a trace, sparking a massive search operation that yielded more questions than answers. The Martin family, hailing from Knoxville, Tennessee, had a tradition of spending Father's Day weekend in the vast expanse of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. That year, Dennis, his older brother, father, and grandfather embarked on a hiking trip, aiming to explore the lush trails and enjoy the serenity of nature. They set up camp near Spence Field, a highland meadow known for its breathtaking views and rich biodiversity. On June 14th, as the family relaxed near their campsite, Dennis and his brother planned a playful prank on the adults. The boys intended to hide separately and then jump out to surprise their family. Dennis chose a spot behind a bush, giggling with anticipation. Moments later, his brother leaped out, eliciting laughter from the group. However, Dennis did not emerge from his hiding place. His father, William Martin, immediately called out for Dennis, expecting him to burst forth with a triumphant grin. The absence of a response sent a chill down his spine. Rushing to the bush where Dennis had concealed himself, William found nothing. No sign of his son. Panic set in as the family began a frantic search, their shouts echoing through the vast wilderness. Within hours, park rangers were notified, and a large-scale search operation was launched. Over the next week, more than 1,400 people, including the National Guard and Special Forces, scoured the rugged terrain. Helicopters buzzed overhead and bloodhounds sniffed tirelessly for any trace of the boy. Despite their exhaustive efforts, no clues were found. Dennis had vanished, as if into thin air. Several theories emerged regarding Dennis's disappearance. Some speculated he might have become lost and succumbed to the elements, given the sudden downpour that occurred shortly after he went missing. Others suggested he could have been attacked by a wild animal, though no evidence supported this claim. A more unsettling theory arose when a family reported hearing a terrifying scream and witnessing a rough-looking man carrying something on his shoulder in the vicinity, where Dennis disappeared. This led to conjectures about a possible abduction, but no concrete evidence was ever found. As days turned into weeks, the search efforts dwindled, leaving the Martin family with a gaping void and countless unanswered questions. The case remains open, serving as a haunting reminder of the mysteries that can lurk within nature's vast expanses. To this day, visitors to the Great Smoky Mountains are urged to stay vigilant, as the wilderness holds secrets that may never be unraveled. In the remote wilderness of New South Wales, Australia, Mount Kosciuszko stands as both a beacon for adventurers and a sentinel of untold mysteries. In December 2024, a harrowing incident unfolded that would etch itself into the annals of the mountain's eerie legends. Hadi Nazari, a 23-year-old medical student with a passion for the outdoors, embarked on a 4-day hiking expedition with friends, aiming to traverse the rugged terrains and bask in the natural splendor of Mount Kosciuszko. The journey commenced on December 23rd, with the group setting up camp at Geehee Flats, their spirits high and anticipation palpable. On the second day, as the group navigated a particularly dense section of bushland, Hadi lagged behind, captivated by the flora and fauna that thrived in the underbrush. Engrossed in his exploration, he failed to notice the widening gap between himself and his companions. By the time he looked up, the familiar sounds of his friends had faded, replaced by an oppressive silence. Attempting to retrace his steps, Hadi inadvertently veered onto an unmarked path, the dense foliage closing in around him. Hours passed, and as daylight waned, the realization of his predicament set in. He was lost, alone in one of Australia's most unforgiving environments. Without a functioning phone or navigation tools, Hadi's situation grew increasingly dire. He shouted for help, his voice swallowed by the vast wilderness. As night descended, the temperature plummeted, and the once inviting forest transformed into a labyrinth of shadows and indistinct sounds. Back at the base camp, Hattie's friends, upon discovering his absence, alerted local authorities. A search and rescue operation was promptly initiated, with teams combing the area and helicopters scanning from above. However, the dense canopy and rugged terrain rendered aerial surveillance challenging, and initial search efforts proved fruitless. Meanwhile, Hattie grappled with the harsh realities of survival. Hunger gnawed at him, and dehydration loomed as a constant threat. In his quest for sustenance, he stumbled upon a small stash of muesli bars, seemingly left behind by a previous hiker. This unexpected find provided a temporary reprieve, but as days turned into a week, Hattie's physical and mental fortitude waned. Desperation bred hallucinations. Hattie recounted seeing shadowy figures flitting between trees, whispers that seemed to emanate from the very earth beneath him, and the unsettling sensation of being watched. At one point, he claimed to have encountered a woman in tattered clothing, her eyes hollow and devoid of life, who beckoned him deeper into the forest. Whether these were figments of his deteriorating mind or manifestations of something more sinister remains a topic of debate. On the 13th day, as hope dwindled, a group of hikers deviated from their planned route due to a sudden change in weather. Approximately 10 kilometers from Hattie's last known location, they stumbled upon a disheveled figure, barely recognizable as human. It was Hattie, his body emaciated, clothes torn and eyes sunken with exhaustion. Upon rescue, Hattie was transported to a local hospital, where medical personnel marveled at his resilience. Despite severe dehydration, malnutrition, and minor injuries, he was discharged within 48 hours, his recovery nothing short of miraculous. In the aftermath, Hattie shared his harrowing experience, detailing not only the physical challenges, but also the psychological torment he endured. His account of spectral apparitions and eerie phenomena has since become a topic of intrigue and speculation among locals and paranormal enthusiasts alike. This incident serves as a chilling reminder of the unpredictable dangers that lurk within nature's vast expanses and the indomitable will of the human spirit to survive against all odds. In the early hours of February 23, 2025, the coastal town of Newcastle, Australia awoke to a tragedy that would send shockwaves through the tight-knit fishing community. Paul Barning, a seasoned 58-year-old fisherman, vanished under mysterious circumstances during a routine fishing expedition, leaving behind a haunting mystery that remains unsolved. Barning, known for his expertise and passion for deep-sea fishing, was participating in a local fishing competition off the coast of Port Stephens. As the skipper of the vessel Dark Horse, he was accompanied by a crew of eager anglers, all vying for the coveted prize of the largest catch. The sea was calm, the sky painted with the hues of dawn, and spirits aboard were high. As the morning progressed, Barning's line snagged something substantial. The rod bent under the immense weight, and the reel screamed as the line was pulled taut. Seasoned as he was, Barning recognized the telltale signs of a formidable opponent. A large mako shark. Excitement electrified the crew. Landing such a catch would undoubtedly secure their victory in the competition. However, the encounter took a perilous turn. As Barning wrestled with the creature, the shark made a sudden, violent surge. In the chaos, Barning became entangled in the heavy-duty fishing line. Before anyone could react, he was yanked overboard, disappearing beneath the churning waves. Panic erupted on deck as the crew scrambled to assist, but Barning had vanished without a trace. A distress call was immediately dispatched, prompting a large-scale search and rescue operation. Multiple agencies, including the New South Wales Water Police, Marine Rescue NS Dowlers, and the Lifesaver Rescue Helicopter, converged on the area. Approximately 30 fishing vessels participating in the competition joined the effort, their crews scouring the ocean for any sign of the missing skipper. Despite the extensive search, which spanned over 30 hours and covered 842 square miles, No trace of Barning was found. The operation was further complicated by the realization that Barning was not wearing a life jacket at the time of the incident, a precaution that might have increased his chances of survival. As hope dwindled, the search was reluctantly suspended, leaving the community to grapple with the loss. In the aftermath, questions arose about the circumstances leading to Barning's disappearance. While it was clear that he had been pulled overboard by the shark, the lack of physical evidence left room for unsettling speculation. Some whispered about the possibility of a rogue wave or an equipment malfunction, while others pondered more ominous scenarios. Barning's family and friends were left in a state of profound grief and confusion. His wife, children, and fellow fishermen struggled to reconcile the abrupt loss of a man who had been a pillar of their community. Memorial services were held, but without a body to lay to rest. Closure remained elusive. As days turned into weeks, the waters off Newcastle seemed to hold their secrets close. The fishing community, while resilient, couldn't shake the eerie feeling that something remained unresolved. Barning's disappearance became a somber tale shared among sailors, a reminder of the ocean's unpredictable and sometimes merciless nature. To this day, the fate of Paul Barning remains a mystery. The sea that he loved and that had provided for him throughout his life became his final, enigmatic resting place. His story serves as a haunting reminder of the thin line between man's mastery over nature and nature's overwhelming power. In the quiet moments before dawn, when the ocean is still and the horizon blurs between sea and sky, fishermen preparing their vessels often pause. They remember Barning, the skilled skipper of the Dark Horse, and the day the sea claimed one of their own. It's a silent tribute, a blend of respect and fear, acknowledging that while they may chart the waters, the ocean's depths remain unfathomable and, at times, unforgiving. As the sun rises, casting golden light over the waves, the boats set out once more. But the legend of the Vanishing Fisherman lingers, a spectral presence accompanying them, whispering cautionary tales of respect for the sea's vast and uncharted mysteries. And there you have it, 3 chilling search and rescue horror stories that remind us just how thin the line is between the known and the unknown. If these stories sent chills down your spine, make sure to like this video and share it with your friends who love a good scare. Let us know in the comments which story left you questioning reality the most. Was it the wilderness, the mountain, or the open sea? Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a spine-tingling story from our channel. There's always another mystery waiting in the shadows, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and remember, when you're out in nature, keep your eyes open and your senses sharp. You never know what might be watching you. Stay curious, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.